So you want to be a dungeon master?
So, you wanna be a dungeon master.
So you want to be a DM?
Name some feats, okay? Feats.
So you want to be a DM?
That's great. We're here to help. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Justin. This week, we're going to be leading a workshop for dungeon masters on creating settings, making locations, filling the map with fun and interesting places to visit. This is the Build a World workshop. We've done this on a bonus action already, but now we're here on the main pod to keep the good times rolling. This is going to be a live experience. We may have an outline, but we will be randomly generating the tent poles, keeping the circus tent. So, without further ado, get your cartographer supplies, open that anthropology textbook, and let's dive in. But first, wasn't expecting that.
I had to scroll
What?
up to the first question was.
What is it about some of our favorite settings from media that bring us back to them? What makes them memorable?
Oh boy. Some of our favorite settings specifically from media.
Yeah, just like, for example, like Middle Earth would be an example.
Okay,
One
yeah,
from Lord
I
of the
gotcha.
Rings. Like,
Okay.
what would make Middle Earth memorable and stuff like that. For me, Middle Earth is, when I think of the setting of Middle Earth, it's Rivendell. The first time I saw Rivendell, it's the Shire and it's Mordor.
Right.
Everything else in between, I mean, obviously the that battle at the huge, I don't know the name of the fucking town, dude. Don Marshall's gonna be furious at me. That one battle with the huge fucking city that's like built like tiers.
Oh, is that Minas Tirith? No.
It might be. It might be Minas Tirith. It sounds like Minas Tirith.
Yeah, okay. Dale confirmed.
Yeah, Dale's
All right,
confirming.
cool.
Minas
I can
Tirith.
keep
We're
my
good.
nerd card.
So yeah, those are the things that come to mind. That
Okay.
and the characters, but like that
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
necessarily the setting, but they
Mhm.
fit within the setting. Obviously, that setting is very big on having the species, and each species has its own kind of origins.
Mhm.
You know, the elves,
Yeah.
man, dwarves, hobbits, like all that.
Yeah, so I think a fun setting that has been done a few times in very interesting and different ways is one that we actually have a show coming out for pretty soon. And it's the kind of like the small world setting.
Oh yes.
Where everything is you're a little guy in a big something that we would consider normal sized, like a house or something like that, but that is blown way out of proportion because you're the size of a little itty bitty guy. Whether that be a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type of situation or some kind of like an actual like ecosystem of, just smaller creatures like Bugs Life type of deal.
Yeah.
I think that those settings are a lot of fun just because it's familiar enough for people to be able to kind of get silly with it, I think.
Get silly with it.
Get silly with it. Na, 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 na.
Get silly with it. So yeah, yes. I was trying to think of other ones, and it's like it's so hard to separate the characters that I'm familiar with that
Mhm.
setting. One I was trying to think of in an interesting way was maybe Pokemon,
Okay.
because, and listen to this, Pokemon, part of the biology, the ecology, the ecosystem of that world, that universe, right? So
Mhm.
I feel like, I mean, they literally created the universe in the Pokemon universe, right? So it's
Right,
like,
right.
I think even like, I don't know how true this is. I think I heard this somewhere. Feel free to fact check me, Dale. But I think in the Pokemon universe, human language came from Pokemon language.
With the Unans, yeah, I think you're right.
Like Charmander saying char over and over again, and now we have the word for like charred beef.
I gotcha.
I don't know. I heard Damien Haas say that one time on a podcast, and I
Crazy.
was like,
Yeah.
maybe that's real.
Damien does seem like the kind of person who would know something like that too.
Exactly, which is why I didn't look it up afterwards. I just agreed. um, so yeah, settings are so interesting. You know what it does bring up to mind settings
Hmm.
is Miyazaki in general, like Studio
Yeah.
Ghibli. It has a feel to it. It has a very
Yeah, yeah,
intense
yeah.
vibe
And they're
to
all
it.
so different. I mean, you look at House Moving Castle, you get that cool steampunky kind of vibe type of deals with it.
But also like
Um,
the magic being worked
mhm,
into society, like it's very
right.
normal. The
Yeah, yeah,
long set
yeah.
of stairs to go
Well, we're
see
getting
this.
kind of into
Oof.
like setting like in-depth setting stuff, but one of the like qualifiers that we have in here is high tech, high magic. It's that kind of a realm.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a war going on with
right,
bombings and
right, right,
planes
right.
and all this kind of stuff. And
And then you look
Hal
at it.
is having to fight it as this like massive bird spoilers, massive bird creature. But yeah, it's so intense.
Mhm.
Or like Spirited
I
Away.
was just thinking that, yeah, Spirited Away
Oof.
because that's the also high magic but low tech.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
all
yes,
about
yes.
the
Especially when they
spirits. Yeah.
go over to the spirit side, because it's like I think the most high tech thing I can think of is like the elevators. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
old elevators are, to be fair, though. Like, I don't
Pretty.
know how tech that.
They're
I
older than
know
you
they're
think.
old.
They're older than you
Yeah.
think. It's like early 1800s.
First elevator. Quick, Justin. 1850. Oh, wait, hold on. The first elevator was invented by Archimedes around 236 BC.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
But
freaking nuts.
modern elevators, I was thinking of
Oh
1850,
yeah. No,
something like
not
that.
we're not talking until because that's what Archimedes is doing is essentially just like a lift. It's just like
Right.
a pulley system that where you're
Right.
just like
Right.
lifting
Right. Right.
building materials or something. But yeah, no, for like people, yeah, it wasn't 1800s. Um, incredible stuff. Wow. Yeah, dude. Wow, Spirited Away is such an interesting setting because it truly like obviously there's the crossover event of like going from the human
Hmm.
awareness world and
Right.
then dipping into the spirit world. Obviously the parents start eating the food, the girl can start to see the different things, and then she has to eat something in order to stay in the spirit world, otherwise
Hmm.
she won't be able to, I don't know, all this crazy stuff. But then like I would say like kind of the most of the movie takes place just in a hotel, like a
Right.
spirit hotel or
Hmm.
spa
Right. Right. Right.
kind of thing. It's like a whole experience, like a little
Hmm.
resort, because they have food, they have baths and stuff, they have rooms and all different kinds of things. And it's just
Hmm.
run by this old woman who has a twin sister over here and this like little
Yeah.
lamp bird. So cool. All the little things. Got the demon no face guy. Like, what the hell? Brilliant. Everybody fits in perfectly. Like when you see this radish spirit, you're like, yeah, that tracks.
Hmm.
Oh, a frog. Yeah, fine.
Sure. Yep. I'm
Dressed
cool
like a
with it.
samurai. I get it. Because it just like
Been
feels right,
there.
you know? And
Right.
like, I'm sure that if you saw there, you would notice if something were in there that you'd be like, oh, okay, wait, that doesn't track. Actually,
Mhm.
like you've gone one step too far, Mr. Miyazaki. If can I call you that? Um,
Can I call you that? Really?
so like
Miyazaki.
before we get into the meat of the episode, I
Hmm.
absolutely must, as always, I gotta plug the Patreon. Taylor, I gotta
Got
do it.
to.
It's got
You
to.
gotta do it. You gotta do
Folks, head over to the Patreon. There's all kinds of cool stuff there. Free homebrew magic items, different homebrew subclasses at the little bit higher tiers, $2 a month. You can't beat the price for what you're getting. Not to mention, it supports us a ton. It's going to help us continue to make content throughout the internet spaces. So keep helping us out. And check out on itch.io We have a So You Want to Be a DM account there, and we have a game up there, and possibly more games and more materials to come. So
Yeah.
check that out as well. Now, back to the episode.
Let's do it.
So
So
today, we are building worlds. We're building worlds. Exactly like that. And that's, I was going to say something crazy. I don't know if I should. I was going to say, and that's what God looked like for 7 days. Just him going out of clay. So some basic points.
Okay.
Some basic points. We can't get into a religious joke fest. We simply can't. Basic points for this build a world workshop. Some interesting but very simple things that you should keep in mind when you're building worlds as a dungeon master or a storyteller of any kind. I think that some of these will apply even to authors, although I'm not going to pretend like I've ever written a novel. I've only written dozens of pages that go nowhere. So, the first
dozens of pages that ultimately say you figure it out.
Yeah, I had a lot written actually. I have this whole other thing. Tip number 1, have fun. Have fun,
Absolutely.
folks. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? Sometimes I think it's important to focus on the things that like you like. Cuz like in your world building, you have an opportunity to share something that you're passionate about with your players. For example, like I truly like food. So like when Taylor's character goes to a bar, I mean, obviously every once in a while I'll fall back on like it's wine or ale, what do you want? But like sometimes I throw in these crazy things. There's interesting cocktails. There's fun things like in Sphinx City we had the Bloody Marys.
Always fun cocktails.
So I like that. The food sometimes I'll pay attention to. We have a good time with breakfast always.
We do. We
in
do
our
have
home
fun
game.
they do have fun with
like
breakfast.
what kind of eggies are we talking? What kind of eggies does this place have?
Yeah.
Like remember the place that had magical plates that just like you would what you want and it would just the food would appear.
Yeah.
And you guys were all like, we need to steal these fucking plates. We need to jack these plates because maybe it works outside the restaurant. So fun. So I think that's like important because it keeps you having interesting, like staying interested through the process,
Right.
Not to mention all the inspiration, which is our next thing. Draw from inspiration. There's so many things around you. We've done episodes on that before. Video games, movies, books. I don't know.
Literally
other
doing
D&D
it
material.
15 minutes ago. I mean, really and honestly.
Yeah. Like
we
millions of stuff.
Sit
like
there and talk about your favorite TV
Alice in
shows.
Borderlands would be a great point of inspiration because you could do the whole thing where it's this post-apocalyptic weird thing with games or you could just take one game and use it as a puzzle in a dungeon. Like you could go the gamut. There's so much that you can draw from that. The next tip, build what you need. It's like if your players, obviously you can't predict your players. I understand that. It's an interesting line that I'm going to draw in the sand where it's like, it's more like a line that you're walking, but like you want to build only what you need in the sense of like, you don't need to go overboard. Like I know new DMs will sometimes accidentally go overboard because they're like creating these lore documents that are like 70, 80 pages long that you don't necessarily need that for. Especially when your players are like never going to go to that faraway continent. They're not going to travel to the moon and get to see the moon moles because that's not this first encounter. That's not this first campaign. Like, so sometimes I think you can dial it back. Just build what you need.
Yeah.
If the players are going from A to B, build A, build B, build some things in between. That's fine. You don't need to build Q
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
Q stands for queer, and then that's fine. I'll
Build
allow
them
it
up. Build them
as
up.
a representative of the entire queer community. I'll allow it, but that's it. If it stands for Quiznos, no. Are they even
We
still
don't
in
love the
business?
subs. I think so.
They were never good.
The only thing I can ever remember about them is those weird little hamster things from the 90s. The we love the subs. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yes, I do. The
Bingo.
commercials.
Hey,
Yes, yes,
Core.
yes.
You were like, no, I don't know. Yes, I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah.
about.
No, I do. Unfortunately, I do. Sponge monkeys.
Sponge
Jesus.
monkeys.
Is it the bread? Um, so the next tip is kind of going along with everything else. It's just don't overwhelm yourself.
Yeah.
So it's the same idea. Don't go
DM
overboard.
burnout
Um,
is so
yeah, you
real.
get burning out and stuff, and it's just unnecessary. Like,
Mhm.
I, what works for different people? Like, if you enjoy doing the whole thing, by all means, do what you got to do. Like, I like over prepping sometimes. That's fine, but I do think it's interesting. Obviously, each dungeon master is different. Sometimes they enjoy certain aspects of world building that I personally don't really touch as often. Like, I'm not a big like creationist when it comes to like this idea of like who created my world. Like,
Right.
Sphinx City exists. I have a very loose idea of it used to be New Amsterdam, just because I think the
Sure.
name is a
Yeah.
little
It's
funny and
hilarious.
it's
Yeah.
obviously based on old New York. But
Mm.
like, I don't have like which god folded the universe to create the planet that Sphinx. I don't even know what state Sphinx City is in or country. I have
Right.
no fucking clue. I barely have any other places in Sphinx City that exist. Like I'm still building out just the next couple boroughs,
Hmm.
let alone the whole world, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't need it right now. There's no reason to have that, right? Because it's like when you're meeting people on the streets in New York City, their everyday thoughts aren't necessarily like, "What's the meaning of life, man? Why are we here,
Yeah.
dude?" It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
can I get a cup of coffee? It's
Hmm.
like, hey, where's the next subway station? Like, it's like basic questions. So it's like, okay, I just got to know those things.
Hmm.
And so it's just kind of simplifying things to like more base needs,
Right.
which is why I'm so big on just like every time I make a location, like a city, a town, it has a tavern, it has an inn, has like maybe a temple, like basic stuff.
Maybe
And
a
then some
shop or
things you can just
two.
add
Yeah.
on. Yeah, like maybe it has a shop that makes it that's interesting.
Hmm.
And then other shops I can just add. So it'll just be like
Yeah.
if they ask for a blacksmith, maybe I didn't pre-prepare one, but because I did prepare an inn, a tavern, and this or that, I have
Hmm.
flavor ideas already. I have theming, I have tone,
Right. Right.
to
Hmm.
draw from. Um, so yeah, I think that's something.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
same idea, thinking about what your players will want to explore, filling in those blanks as you play, building your world as the campaign goes. Have you ever done anything like that before where like you didn't know what the next town was going to look like? I don't think I've ever gone that far.
I don't know if I've ever done a whole town that I don't know what it looks like. I have definitely done
Yeah, I've done
smaller
like shops
little
and stuff.
villages and hamlets or some like not even that, like, random way station type places where it's like, oh, there's an inn and a stable on the road, and then we'd have an
A little
encounter
rest stop.
some right or something like along those lines.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I mean, most of the time it's just plugging in a shop when a player asks for one, like, hey, is there somebody that I can get XYZ spell components from? Sure, plunk,
Yep.
just drop it in.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely done it with like shops and things. People ask for a certain type of shop, and I'm like, ooh, I don't think I have anything that would currently fit that. Um, so let's add it. And so that'll happen. But then last little tip here is really just a reminder of how much world building has to do with flavor.
Yeah.
So like, for example, there are so many stories that involve jungles, right? Jurassic Park, Jungle Book, Tarzan. There's the book Heart of Darkness. I read that in
Oh yeah.
college.
I
Insane.
had to read that in high
About
school.
the fucking
Yeah.
Belgians and shit. I think it was the
Hmm.
Belgians, right?
Hmm.
Anyway, but so many like different stories, right? Even
Yeah.
though they're all set in jungles, wildly different vibes. King Kong, another one.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
so it's like there's so many different ways to just give flavor to a basic thing. Like, not that jungles are basic, but you know what I mean? Like an
Hmm. Hmm.
overarching term,
Right.
like
Coast,
jungle.
mountain,
Yeah, exactly.
desert.
Like just these
Yeah.
overarching
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
terrain words. But yeah, so I think that's where it's gonna set you apart is the
Hmm.
flavor,
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
you adding in all of the inspiration that you get from whatever your daily life, from your lived experiences, whether that's consuming media or the things you see or people watching, whatever.
Hmm.
Take that in, goes into your brain, and then your creativity poops it out with
Through
all of
your
the things that
mouth
you're
hole.
trying to
Yeah.
make. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just I don't know. It just grinds my gears that people use ChatGPT. It really pisses me off.
Yeah.
We're so cooked. Um, so yeah, the plan today is really just to roll on some of these tables. We're just going to create some locations, starting big and slowly building down and just getting more and more specific and building different things and just having fun. We're just going to
Hmm.
roll on some tables. There doesn't necessarily need to be a specific rhyme or reason to this. The what we roll for one table and then the next can apply to each other.
Hmm.
Like we can just go down the whole list and everything applies to the same universe setting that we're creating, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it's going to be a bunch of fun. I'm looking forward to it
I agree.
because world building is important, right?
Hmm.
I
Yes.
mean, it sounds
Quite.
really pompous to say
Very.
that, but
Yes. Mm,
I
yes.
agree. I concur. Uh,
Indubitably.
like I said earlier, I think the balance of making it feel like both a lived in world that plays by the rules and the physics of that setting.
Hmm.
So that requires a little bit of time. And that's also like a skill as a dungeon master to just in your descriptions, in your ways of connecting things, both NPCs that are filling out the world, monsters, whatever.
Hmm.
All of those things to make it feel like this is actually a place and not just like a hodgepodge of bullshit things that you staple together, which is what would happen if you use ChatGPT. And so doing that while also following my other piece of advice of like, you don't need to make everything.
Yeah.
So it's like those two opposing, not that
Hmm.
they need to be opposing, but it sometimes I'm like, oh, one takes
Yeah.
effort and one is like deliberately saying, you don't need to put on all the effort, just focus your effort into the
So,
things.
right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
is.
And I think getting
Focusing.
to the kind of the leaving blank spaces bit real quick of there's a comic strip. I don't remember who made it or what it really. So basically, the comic strip was there was a cow standing on two legs with like in front of a barn, and there were like farm tools around it, and that was it. There was no like words or whatever, and these people like it went on to like win like awards and people doing all this wild speculation online on what the tools meant and all this that and the third,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody finally asked the artist like, hey, what do the tools mean there? And he's like, oh, I just thought it was funny. Like, your players will come up with solutions to your problems if you just give them kind of the overall picture. Your players will help you fill in those gaps, is basically the gist of what I'm getting at. Is you just put the tools in there, they'll figure out what the tools are for.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, work with your players to figure out some things. You don't need to figure out the answers to every single question. It can be a collaborative process. So if Taylor's character worships Cord the Storm Lord, I can
Mhm.
work with Taylor to decide, what does the temple look like? What is it called?
Right.
What is it? Does the main, like, quote unquote priest have a title? What
Mhm.
is he called? I don't know, Lightning Lord, the Lord of Lightning. Hello, Lord of Lightning. Praise be to you and to you as well.
I just call him LOL for short.
Lol. Amazing. So that process is very interesting. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, we're just making places, people, relationships, cosmology, and vibes or tone,
Yeah.
and a whole shit ton of flavor along the way.
Mhm.
You
Let's
know,
do it.
that's all it is. So let's jump right the frick into it. Do you want to roll us a d6? I'll roll a d6 for the next little thing here. But first, I want to start big.
Super City.
Super City, a 1 right off the bat.
Mhm.
Okay. So, you know what I mean by Super City.
Like a Midgar type gigantic
Just, yeah,
like
like I'm thinking kind of almost also in like a sci-fi way, like just one of those mega cities, like this.
right, so like a Coruscant like planet style city. Okay.
Yeah. Like absolutely massive. It doesn't need to be
Okay.
futuristic setting, but like that size. Like I'm thinking
Okay.
huge. Like you're never leaving this city, really. Like
Right.
you obviously you could, but it's just
Mhm.
huge. We're talking districts on districts, so many things. There's levels to it. You
Mhm.
know, that's what I'm
Yeah.
picturing is
Okay.
like a moving, living city. Just this absolutely massive thing.
I like the thought of it actually. And I know you meant moving as in like living, breathing, like they're people that are always moving around, but
I'm
I
cool
think
with it
that
actually being moving though.
I like the idea of an actual moving city. Um and one but also keeping with that crazy large setting. I'm thinking like giant spaceship.
Maybe a giant spaceship. I like that
Giant
a
s-
lot.
yeah.
I'm thinking either that or like maybe on the back of some kind of mythical creature, like a
Yeah, either
fucking,
so either or. Yeah, I could definitely do the back
yeah.
of like a turtle line or whatever, like Avatar.
I'm the only reason I'm not like definitely nailing in on that is because later on we roll for some
Okay,
vibes,
cool. All right,
and
so we'll
some of
keep
those
this up in
vibes
the
are
air.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arctic, coastal,
All right,
desert, and
but we
so I
got
don't.
we got the big picture, gigantic city that is encapsulating. There's no land outside of the city. Everything happens in one
For the
city.
most part, for our story's sake, I think that
Right.
is true.
Okay.
Obviously, for the world and the universe that we're building, that is not true. Of course, there
Right.
is
Right.
world
Right. Right.
outside the city, but
Right. Right.
maybe
Right.
it's, hey, whoa, wait a minute. What if it's one of those things, kind of like that show Silo? What if it's like, hey, the outside world is sick or infected and you can't go outside? You have to stay in the city. And now there's like conspiracy, there's corruption, there's
Mm,
collusion, there's
mm.
politics. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. Here, let me write that down. Maybe a silo thing.
Maybe
Okay.
it's siloed.
I'm gonna roll our next D6 to as we zoom in a little bit.
Hmm.
That way we're
Hmm.
not because like this is a huge city.
Right.
This is literally a super city. We don't have the time to build out the entire city, but we don't need to. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit and focus in. That's a 4. Oh, this is interesting. A mountain, a lake, or some singular piece of nature.
Ooh.
What are we
I
thinking?
like a tree of life in the middle of town, like a gigantic
Oh,
tree.
yes. Central tree of life situation. I love that a lot. Roots go deep.
Hmm.
Underground caverns. where the roots go. Something's happening.
Oh yeah.
I like that a lot. Underground tunnels where the roots go. Like, did you ever watch Stranger Things?
Yeah. I'm
Do you
not.
remember season 2? I think it was or maybe it was season 1. No, season 2 is the Demidogs. Season 2, where Hotch is his name's not Hotch. What's his fucking name? Hopper. Hopper
Mm,
is finding those tunnels underneath the corn the farms where all of the crops are like, getting destroyed because of the veins underneath the vines or whatever
mm.
underneath the ground. Something like, who knows?
Who
Maybe who
knows?
knows how deep this tree of life goes? Is it a tree of life or is it evil? Who knows? Evil tree?
Tsukiyomi.
Could be. I don't know what that means. What is that?
Naruto. It's the crazy
Oh God, it's the gross tree
genjutsu.
thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
hmm
Taking people over, man. No way. No way. Okay, we're off to a hell of a start already. Let's go ahead and roll for our next stuff. So, dealer's choice, Taylor. Do you want to roll for the power of this world, which can be like high tech, low magic, high magic, low tech? Maybe they're both high, maybe they're both low, whatever. Or do you want to roll for the environment that we find ourselves in?
I went first last time, so I'll let you go first this time on this table.
Okay, let's. Oh, wait, I got to do a D8. My bad. That was wrong. A 4.
Low tech, low magic.
Interesting. Okay. That is hard. It makes me think Lord of the Rings. Because magic, although
Is
it's
not
prevalent, it's
is
not most people
yeah,
aren't doing magic.
yeah.
It's rare.
Something like that,
So
or it's a
so I think magic
little
is rare.
more prevalent in like the Wheel of Time series, but also in that it's also pretty low magic in that a lot of the magic is held in items rather than people.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So I think that's where we would have to play with that of if we're
Okay,
doing
so
low
Lord
magic, low tech would be kind of like Lord of the Rings or
Wheel of
oh
Time,
shit, what was that other one you just said?
Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time. Thank you. Gosh, I watched that series too. I was a big fan. There's a scene,
I
there's a
read the
couple scenes where Rosamund Pike, who plays like, the main blue
mhm.
woman, she they're walking through the deserts and she has on the funniest floppy hat I've ever seen in my entire
I
life.
know
And it
exactly what you're talking.
instantly breaks you out of the immersion, but it's so fun that you don't mind. Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved
It
it.
comes on,
Every
you're
time
like,
I
oh, I
saw it, I
love
was
that
like,
hat. I love that hat.
do it. I was like, I love this shit. So funny.
Oh
Did
yeah.
not fit the setting at all. It was so immersion breaking for me, but I loved it. So yeah, Lord of
Okay,
the Rings
so
vibes, Wheel of
Lord of the
Time.
Rings,
Yeah,
Wheel of
so like
Time, kind
we
of.
have this
Yeah.
huge thing. It kind of makes me think maybe we're on a uh like steampunk, but not steampunk might not be the right word because steampunk is usually like actually pretty futuristic, but it just
Mhm.
uses steam. We're
Right.
not there, but we are at like maybe a steam powered. So it's not steampunk, but steam
Mhm.
powered. So it's like our low tech is like trains are okay, like coal. I think that was like kind of okay for tech being pretty low, where it's like there's no computers because
Okay.
modern technology, I like versus high tech. High tech to me is
Right.
futuristic. So that would
Right.
mean average tech is where we are currently, cell phones, but we don't have flying cars. And then
I would put
low
our
tech is like,
current technology at mostly high tech. I think you can go to like fantasy sci-fi above, but I think our technology in a D&D sense is pretty high tech.
I think so too, but I also am not even putting it in a D&D sense. I'm just putting it
Okay.
in like a world building, not
Okay.
super specific to D&D as the system.
Okay.
So that's what
So, all
I'm
right.
not saying that that's like the lowest. Obviously, you could go caveman level where we're like, okay, we're discovering fire. But I'm
Let's
also
no,
playing with the super
we're going to
city idea.
flagellum. That's where we're going. We're going all
Yeah,
the way
right.
back to bacteria, baby.
Protozoa. But I think if we're in a massive super city
Okay, yeah.
kind of vibe
Hmm.
with low magic and low tech, it kind of is starting for me to rip apart because I'm like, how do we have this
So,
gigantic
all right.
super city
So then
with all of this stuff?
let's rewind from the Lord of the Rings thing and think more early Naruto. Because that's what I would think you would consider low tech in this setting. They have electricity, but they don't really, there's not a bunch of cell phones. They have like a
Yeah, yeah,
walkie-talkie or something like that, but it's not like full on satellite communication and shit like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would be
That's
considered
what I'm
like low
thinking.
tech, high magic, though,
You
for
need like
sure.
a smidge of technology. Like there needs to be
Right,
some technology.
right.
So yeah, I
Okay.
think like low is like the most I would allow, I think is like, yeah, really basic stuff like a fucking train or something, like a
Right.
steam or coal powered stuff. You know, like
Okay.
having a furnace, I think is fine. Like that makes sense to me. Like being
Okay.
able to shovel coal into a thing or like
Right.
something kind of basic like that, like the Iron Age.
Hmm.
You know, like basic, like when I think of like industrial revolution, kind of like early industrial revolution to me is like kind of okay.
Okay.
And then anything before that is also okay. But that's like the furthest I would go is industrial evolution, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's my line. I wouldn't go much past that.
Yeah. I think that there's a realm where we could make that steampunk, but still keep it low tech. I mean, you just don't let them have guns and shit.
Even guns are like not even that high tech.
I know, 1800s again. They
Yeah,
were up to shit then.
that's what I mean. I think
Um,
1800s is kind of okay.
okay.
And I think because we're
Okay,
defining what it
okay.
means low
Yeah.
tech, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not like a definition word. We're defining it in this moment. So
Right.
there is no wrong or right answers, obviously. So this is part of the process, though, right?
Yeah.
Is being like,
The
and
real
obviously
thing
when
is I got to talking about House Moving Castle earlier, and now I'm thinking of House Moving City, and I want it.
mm, yeah, it does sound fucking sick. That's why I'm thinking steam powered is kind of like where I want to
Okay.
go with it, so that there
Okay.
is
Yeah.
something cool with it.
Sold. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Sick. Let's do that. And then the other thing is like when you're building your world, I mean, obviously you can use tables if you want to, but normally you wouldn't have these tables. But these tables are fun and they also help you practice and just kind of
Hmm.
figure things out. But you won't have necessarily a table that's randomly deciding. This is just some things that you can decide when you're building your world.
Hmm.
How
Hmm.
much magic, like how prevalent is magic? Is it very rare to see somebody casting a spell, or is that every day? You
Right.
know? All right. So let's roll again and get
So
some
we're
more
rolling
vibes for us.
for
Kind of find the environment.
a 5. Urban. Bang.
Well, that
Bang,
freaking
bang,
works.
bang.
No problem. Oh, man.
All right.
So we have a massive moving city, similar to Howl's Moving Castle, but it's a
Hmm.
city.
Hmm.
So it's got
Hmm.
like legs or wheels or something. There's
I like
also
big
another
giant
thing that's like
legs,
that
like
too.
ATST legs. There's a movie called, I think it's called Mortal Engines,
Yes, I was
and
just thinking, yeah, that's kind of that vibe
I've
too.
seen clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. I also kind of have that on the mind when you said giant city.
Yeah.
Predator City.
Yep, exactly. So like is kind of some inspiration there. Um, so
But
then
I
what's
like the
the
idea of
vibe
feet though.
here?
I like the feet. I want it to walk. I don't want it to
Oh,
roll.
hell
I
yeah.
want it to walk.
Yeah, cool. Um, so now what is the rest of the just loosely without going into any
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
serious
Hmm.
detail,
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
like what is the rest of the world like? Like, is this a post-apocalyptic thing? Is the world thriving and actually everything is kind of like low-key? Maybe there's problems inside the city, but like
Mm.
it, the rest of the world isn't our issue, or is our main conflict going to be with the rest of the world? Because I think that maybe is more
I
important and can help us decide.
so I think I
Like, is
got
it our super
another.
city versus another super city?
It could be so. Like I just had a thought of God, a lot of references tonight. People watch your movies. Get go out, consume some media. Snowpiercer.
Mm,
So
okay.
everything outside the city is ice, and the city is the only safe bastion on the like in the world and
Okay.
can move around and stuff like that. And then, they have twists and stuff later on in the show, like where they find out, like, oh shit, there's another goddamn train. Like they find out.
Yeah,
So like you could have those kind of encounters where they think that they're the only city, and then they come across more civilization.
that's cool. Heck yeah. I'm into it. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Next table. Go ahead and roll first again, my friend, for a even
Alrighty.
smaller location. So we have already created a bunch inside this thing. We have this tree, we have these underground tunnels all inside of this mega city that's moving on legs through an Arctic wasteland. But as we zoom in even further,
I'm gonna get some new dice. That's another one.
we find a tavern. We find a tavern inside of the place. I think there's a couple of I think we need to make at least two taverns because tavern
Okay.
is pretty basic.
Sure.
So we need at least two taverns.
Okay.
For the first tavern, tavern 1,
Hmm.
a tavern like a dive bar that cuz this city, man, it's moving. You're going to need entire teams of people shoveling coal. Right? The
Mm-hmm.
pollution is crazy.
Hmm.
Maybe
Hmm.
that could be a whole thing where the
Oh
ice
yeah.
age is even getting worse, whatever. But it's like a post work thing. So
Right.
it's just like this
You
greasy
hear
fucking
the
bar.
yeah.
Everyone's covered
The
in soot and just gross and sweaty. And
hmm
they're just drinking like bad alcohol, like either
You show
really
up
strong
and you
stuff or
go,
just,
I want a beer. And they don't ask you what type of beer. They just hand you a glass of some form of beer.
yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Just like Irish pub vibes, like
Hmm.
very homey, like very local,
Hmm.
very like if you're not from around there and you don't go to that
The
bar
stranger
normally,
walks in,
they
everybody
pick
gets
you up.
quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Off the
that
top of my head, I want to call it Lucky's, but I don't know why.
okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I want it to be
Hmm.
owned by a guy named Lucky. And it's also
Right.
like that job is also probably very dangerous. And this kind of bar has this like ritual stuff. Maybe there's connections
Mm.
because we're talking low magic. That does mean magic exists. So it's just very rare.
Right.
Maybe Lucky is a archfey. Who knows? I don't know. So that's tavern number 1.
Okay.
Now we got to do
Lucky's.
tavern number
Tavern
2. Now
number two.
tavern is a vague term
Right.
that
Right.
evokes medieval vibes because the
But
word
it's
we
just
don't use it in our normal
it
lexicon
is
day
yeah,
to
yeah,
day,
yeah.
right? You're not like, hey, let's go hit the tavern. You say let's hit the bar. So
Mhm.
tavern can mean a lot of
It's
things, is
a
my point.
local gathering place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It can have food. It doesn't need food. It can have
Hmm.
drinks. It can have
Hmm.
an inn attached to it. It doesn't need an
Hmm.
inn attached to it. Whatever. So what are we thinking? Do we want to go maybe a little higher class? Because I imagine there might be a little bit of a class divide in this place.
I'm imagining a class divide as well. I mean, that is the whole plot of being Snowpiercer. But I want to say this is for like mid-tier people who have to, it's a large city, and like some people have to travel from one side of town to another and call it the pit stop.
Mm,
tavern, food, bed. Like the the three kind of basic things that you need, or not necessarily need, but expect from, a way stop through the city.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
These
thinking I really like am kind of, now that we're into giant super city, it really lends itself to this dystopian aspect of things. So I'm also thinking this is kind of in a
kind of does.
dingier part of town where it's not so like the outside has like that one street light that's flickering,
Mm-hmm.
like the creepy ones do.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. The neon sign is
uh-huh, uh-huh.
buzzing and stuff. Hell yes. Okay. Our next thing is gonna have to be incorporating. I don't know if I meant for this to be as part of the smaller location or if this
I'm
is
just
its own
looking at this
thing.
list and I'm wondering, I was hoping you had some extra
Yeah.
context for this.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another. We already made two taverns. It's too late for them. Go ahead and roll another D8 to get another smaller location, and then I'll roll the random thing.
6. Temple or university?
Temple or university, and I got 4 pants. What is this, pants? Hell yeah. Okay, let's think. Let's think about it for 2 seconds. Let's think about it for
Now, is this
2 seconds.
now all right, so I have some questions.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Is it
yeah,
a
yeah.
is this a university or temple two pants, or are these pants for the university or temple? Like, are we designing pants or are we designing
The
something to
fastest way I can make sense
worship
of
and or
this,
study of pants?
right? The fastest way I can make sense of this without it becoming a cartoon in our really cool dystopian megacity on legs is to say this. There's a
It's they
temple.
they make
There's a
pants for
temp.
the big
Listen to me,
legs.
Taylor. I've got it on reins, man. I've got it on rails. There's a temple. Listen, stop laughing. There's a temple, and all of the higher clergy members wear special pants. And that's it. And that's all we need to say.
Mm, mhm.
Temple, clergy wear
Order of the
special.
traveling pants. It has to be.
Yeah, we do have to work in the secret sisterhood of the. Holy shit. Oh man, the traveling
God.
pants. Okay. Yeah, that has to be worked in somehow. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one, actually. And let's move on. Okay. So now I'm gonna roll for a threat. This could be any kind of thing, right? We're talking monsters,
Mhm.
opposing factions, infighting. It could be a number of things. And then Taylor's gonna roll a D8 also and add something stupid to it that I came up with. Like I came up with these lists and I was like, these suck. These not that they're not fun, they're fun words. It's just gonna be a challenge. Some of them are a challenge. Okay, I got a 5. Environmental.
Oh my God, I changed the eights and I got another one.
Sewer.
Sewer.
Oh, well, this is perfect because we have the roots of the tree from before.
Yes.
Roots of tree into the sewers,
Mm-hmm.
poisons the tree, creates tree poison sewer monsters. What?
I was gonna go with tree
Something.
poison sewer monsters. I was
Tree
thinking maybe
poison.
it's not. I I was thinking the other way around though, that the tree is causing the sewer monsters, not like pollution, but like the tree itself is actually a
It
while
becomes
it
sentient.
while it is like this tree of life, I'm kind of thinking of it having this protective aura that it puts around itself that is protects the city from the cold, but it's leeching or taking energy from inside, like people wandering in the sewers the wrong way, like it just kind of slops them up or something
Mm,
along those lines, or causing random mutations from in animals that maybe eat parts of the tree, or like a
Tree.
hypergrowth, like almost like a Last of Us vibe, where they get poisoned and it causes rapid growth in them and making
So
like
the tree is magical and it's
trees.
starting to evolve, starting to
Bingo.
affect its surrounding areas, becoming more tied into it via vines, roots,
Mhm.
what have you. Love it. Vines and roots.
Magic.
Also, um, like growing fruit to trick animals to create like a mobile tree, essentially.
Mm.
A mobile
Mm-hmm.
tree soldier. You know what I mean? Like Pikmin.
Right.
Like a little fucking
Yeah.
Pikmin that you can just throw
Yeah.
out. And it's like, oh, I grew these special little fruits. The monkeys came and ate them. Now the monkeys have little sprouts in their heads, and I tell them what to do because I'm a tree.
Hmm. Hmm. I like that.
But you need me because I'm a tree and I make oxygen.
Hmm.
It's probably pretty important. Okay. Last table. I'm gonna roll for the normal part. Uh Actually, no, wait. That's not how this works. You got sewer last time. I roll for the crazy fucking thing. You roll for the normal part.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Another five. I've literally rolled either a one or a
I've
five,
rolled so many fives. And I rolled another five. So we're looking
but it's
at
a thief.
porcupine.
A porcupine thief in the super city, Howl's Moving City, with this. I mean,
Wait,
the
I have an
weird,
idea.
the weird tree fruit makes sense now, and now this porcupine ate a weird tree fruit, and now he has to make a living as a thief. Or
What about, do you remember that one plot line in The Witcher? The
with
rule of
the
surprise?
oh yeah, the
A
porcupine
thief
knight.
cursed to be a porcupine.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's this porcupine, you know, maybe he's like a leader of a thieves guild, or maybe he's a reject from a thieves guild. So he like
Right.
uh that's one idea, obviously. Uh who's cursed by a witch or something,
Or something. Yep.
something rare and magical, and turned into porcupine humanoid.
For the record,
That's
I do
one.
like the other way around of a porcupine eating from the tree of life and then becoming sentient. I do want him to stay porcupine though, not humanoid porcupine, porcupine. Just hyper intelligent porcupine.
Yeah. Not animated. It's not the right word. Awakened.
Hmm.
Amazing. Let's go ahead and roll one more time on that table.
Okay. Do you want the not weird one, and I'll do the weird one?
Sounds good.
All right.
If it's a five, reroll. I got a four.
Got a four, alchemist. I got a two, homicide.
Ooh, what are
Mm.
we thinking?
Is he
Alchemist is got killed, or Alchemist did the killing, or knows the killer. Just, it could be anything.
alchemist did the killing, and with some
Okay,
crazy poison.
Alchemist is murderer, used poison.
Hmm.
Is there a world where the alchemist would be smart enough not to use poison, or is this a special kind of poison or something, or
It's
is it
just no, it's
or bio warfare?
bingo.
Bio
Turns the guy into a porcupine. Bam. We're on it,
turns
gang.
people into porcupines, or what if it just turns people into forest animals and he just bad luck became a porcupine? Other people are turning into wolves and shit. He's just like,
Mm.
what the fuck? I'm a pork. I don't know why I think that's funny. Okay. Let's also do one more on the table above.
Okay.
Threats. So go ahead and roll for a threat, and I'll roll for a silly thing.
Got an eight. Dealer's
And I got a
choice.
and I got a 3, which is aircraft. Yeah.
Okay. Um, it's really hard not to just say porcupine.
I mean, you could choose one of the
No,
threats
no,
on
no,
the
no.
table.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Let's do from another world or dimension.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
Aircraft. I mean, the whole
since
aircraft
yeah, since we're doing this kind of low magic or low tech, low magic setting, any
from
kind
a
of air,
high tech, high magic setting.
right?
Yeah. That would be
Yeah.
cool. Like a portal opens from a high tech, high magic
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do you deal with that, dude?
Yeah, these
They
guys are
got
in the
both. They got high
18.
tech and high magic. What the fuck, dude? These are like laser rifle fucking wizards, dude.
Freaking
What are we doing?
Githyanki. Yeah, just
They're tactical
Githyanki
wizards
coming through the damn astral sea, coming out of the astral sea.
with a Dragon Ball Z scanner over their eye.
Mhm. Kakarot.
Oh my god. Aircraft from other dimension. High tech, high magic. I love that. That's really, really interesting. So, yeah, like futuristic fantasy.
And then at the end of the current campaign, you do a 50-year jump. They've taken all of the stuff that came through the portal, disassembled it. There's this huge leap in technological advancements. And now you're in a whole different world, but the same world, but a different world.
A whole new world. A different point of view. Don't you dare close your eyes. What a crazy part of that song. That part where he goes, don't you dare close your eyes. Like, Jesus, Aladdin, chill the fuck out, dude. God. I love these tables. I genuinely
They're
think
fun.
that if you're trying to build worlds quick and you're like trying to go a little dirty with it, I also do think this is genuinely good practice
Mhm.
of just like getting a buddy and just having fun and just like going on these tables and being like, all right, what would it look like? Let's figure it out. Because now we have a setting right now.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously, we can continue to build it
We
out. You can
could,
continue
but
to just
we could
go
do
from
session
there,
one at
fill
this
in the.
point.
You absolutely could. And you could easily start filling in the blanks of like, okay, what would the blacksmith or whatever the
Mhm.
equivalent of a blacksmith would be?
Right.
Because that's what it is sometimes when you're changing the setting to in terms of time period of like technology and stuff.
Mhm.
Sometimes certain vernaculars go away that you're familiar with
Yeah, like we wouldn't go
normal
look for a
D&D.
blacksmith now.
Yeah, like blacksmith, you look for, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, a smithy or something like that. Like, it doesn't come up as
A
often. Not that
mechanic
they
or
don't
something
exist,
along.
but
Yeah, I mean it's kind of gone the way of the mechanic and those kind
the
of
miller,
jobs. Yeah.
the lamplighters,
Man,
man,
what a job. That would have been a that
what
would have
I
been
would
a
do to be a
kick-ass
lamplighter.
job, right? What do you
Just a
do?
long pole.
I walk around and I light the torches.
And my shoulders are killing me. I bet, dude. That would probably be the worst part.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this setting is now I'm curious about all of the fine details because I think when you start dipping, the higher into technology you get, the more into like sci-fi and kind of like futuristic kind of stuff,
Mhm.
the more that it starts to get a little bit towards the territory of being like, how does this make sense? Like when you don't have magic to fall back on,
Right.
obviously you can like use technology to be like, oh yeah, computers figured it out. That's why we have water in the super city that moves. It's
Right.
like, well, I know that there's ice outside, so maybe there's a way to get
That's
some of
that
the
was
ice
my
outside and do it
that
that
was my
way. Or
thought was converting the ice to water. And then also we have a tree growing in here. So technically maybe you can have some space for some kind of vegetation to grow.
rain.
Rooftop
I
gardens.
think that would be really cool. That if there was this, like the tree area is truly like Manhattan Central Park style, where it's like a huge, the tree is big, but also like the surrounding pasture of grass is also
Yeah.
quite big.
Yeah.
And this dome in the center, at the heart of the city, is so big that it can have rain clouds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be a really cool idea.
Yeah. I like that. Just
That could
the
be really, really interesting.
condensation of the sun on the outside of the dome causes enough condensation to precipitate into droplets.
Yeah. I think it could be possible. And that's good because if there is rain, there is tap water. Thank you, Big Tap, for sponsoring
That's
this
all we can get
episode.
into this time. You can find us on
Always
TikTok
got our
and
back.
Instagram at So You Want to Be a DM, or you can ask us a question at soyouwantobeadm@gmail.com. If you like the episode, don't forget to give us 5 stars and a review wherever you found us, and check out the Patreon, our Twitch, and the merch with the link in the description. Join us next time for more Dungeon Master tips and tricks.
Bye.
See.
And now, I have the honor of giving a shout out to the members of our Patreon gang. Numuffins, may Palor's light shine upon you. Marsavies, have you watered your flesh prison lately? And then there's Elijah, Molly, Tappy, and Linguini. Gang, we appreciate and love you. Tune in next time for more tips and tricks from So You Want to Be a DM.